Hello viewers, hope you're doing well. Today in this video, I'm going to create get poll by ID API in Spring Boot application. So let's get started. As you can see, a poll service. So inside this interface, let me define here the method with the name get poll by ID. Inside the argument, it will get poll ID, that is a type of a long, and the return type of this method that we have poll details DTO. Let me create this file inside the DTO's package. So a Java class name that we have poll details DTO. On the top of this class, let me add here the annotation that we have @data to create the getters and the setters of the parameters that we will define inside this class. So the parameters are poll DTO, list of comment DTO, likes and the comments count. Now we have to import this class. After that, let me open here poll service implementation class. Inside this class, let me implement here the method with the name get poll by ID. Let me copy the code from post port on poll function. Let me add here inside this function. Let me remove this line. So first we have to get here an optional poll by calling a query from poll repository, a query that we have find by ID. Inside the argument, we have to pass here poll ID that we are getting in argument. After getting an optional poll, we have to get here a logged in user by calling a function from JWT util get logged in user. As you can see, the implementation. After getting an optional poll and a logged in user, we have the if condition where we have to check if a user not is equals to null and optional poll is present. Then I'm going to get list of likes and the comment. So as you can see, the instance of likes repository. From this, we have to call here the query find all by poll ID. Inside the argument, we have to pass here long ID and the return type of this method that we have list of likes entity. Inside the argument of this query, we have to pass here optional poll.get ID. We are saving this query response into this object that we have list of likes. Second query we are calling from comment repository. Let me create this inside the comment repository. So this query will get long ID inside the argument and the return type of this method that we have list of comment entity. Inside the argument, we have to pass here optional poll.get ID. We are saving this query response into this object that we have list of comment. After that, I'm going to create here an object of poll details DTO. After creating an object, we have to set here poll DTO. Inside the argument, we are calling it the function get poll DTO in service. Inside the argument, we have to pass here optional poll.get. As you can see, the implementation of get poll DTO in service function, where we are converting a poll entity to the DTO. Actually, this is a helper function. After setting a poll DTO, I'm going to set here liked inside the poll DTO. Let me add this parameter inside the poll DTO class. So as you can see, the parameter name is liked. That is a type of a boolean. Inside the argument, we have to call the query from likes repository. Let me create this method inside the likes repository. Inside the argument, it will get a poll ID and the user ID and the return type of this query that we have an optional likes. As you can see, the parameters that we are passing into this query that we have poll ID and the user ID if it's present. After setting is liked, I'm going to map the comments and set username as you if a logged in user post the comment. So as you can see, we are calling here a stream.map method on comment list. Inside the map method, we have predicate comment. After defining a predicate, we have created here a comment DTO object where we have to pass here comment dot get comment DTO. Let me update the function name that we have get comment DTO. After getting a comment DTO, we have the if condition where we have to check if a comment dot get user dot get ID equals to user dot get ID. Then we have to set here username you and we have to return here comment DTO. At the last, we have to combine all the list. After that, let me set here comment DTOs where we have to pass here comment DTO list. I'm going to set here the counts of likes and the comment. First, we have to set here the likes count. Inside the argument, we have to get the size of likes list and we have to convert this as long. Second, we have to set here comments count. Inside the argument of this, we have to get here the size of comment list and we have to convert this value as a long, and we have to return here poll details DTO. Now you can take a look of a get poll by ID function. After setting up a poll service implementation class, let me open here poll controller. Let me duplicate this function. Update the function name that we have get poll by ID. So a mapping that we have get URL that we have /poll/ID. Inside the argument of this function, I'm going to add here the annotation at the rate path variable a poll ID from URL. So the data type long variable name ID. Now inside this function, we have to return here response entity.ok. Inside the argument of this, we have to call the method from poll service that we have get poll by ID, and inside the argument we have to pass here long ID that we are getting from URL. Now you can see the flow of a get poll by ID function, where from this controller we are calling it the method from poll service, and as you can see the implementation of get poll by ID function. So that's all for now from my side. Thanks for watching.